everyone. Obviously, I'm Alex Trebek, and this is Jeopardy! Let's introduce our players today. First, we have Mike, a cattle farmer from North Missouri. Next, we have Sid, a convenience store owner, also from North Missouri. And next, we have Ed, retired, I think, from maybe in Iowa or Missouri, not sure where he's from. Let's get started. We did rock, paper, scissors in the beginning to see who went first, and Mike won with rock, obviously. So Mike, go ahead and choose your first category.
Well, Alex, I'll take something a bit like myself.
300, just like you. The original deacon in Jerusalem was a man full of faith and power until he was stoned to death for his faith. Mike.
Who is Stephen?
That is correct. Good job on that. Mike, pick again.
Can you activate ours so that we all have a chance?
Yeah, we're trying to.
Give everybody a fair chance here on Jeopardy! We are unlocked.
I think they know whose Bible study to attend. The cover for 100.
This word comes from the Greek word for books. It is where we get the modern name for the Holy Scriptures. Mike. That is correct.
Let's go for 200.
200. This shepherd king wrote the majority of the Psalms. Sid.
Who is David?
That is correct. Sid, choose a category.
Wow. Hero. It's not.
Is it me? What am I doing?
Turns out it was me. Okay. It turns out we'll go heroes for 200, please.
These fireproof men were thrown into a burning, fiery furnace. Hold on. Oh. Ed.
Who are Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego?
That is correct.
Days of creation for 300.
Could you reset?
Hold on.
Could you reset me? There you go. Thank you, sir.
For 300, you said? The Bible describes a separation of the atmosphere from the earth on this day. Ed.
What is the second day?
That is correct. Next category, please.
Today,
Heroes for 400.
This mother of Samuel made a difficult sacrifice when she gave her son back to God. Ed.
Who is Hannah?
That is correct. Next category.
Churches of Asia for 200.
This church made Jesus sick by their lack of heat for him. Ed, you are quick on the buzzer today.
I'm not quick walking. I got to be quick at something. What is Laodicea?
That is also correct.
Days of creation 400.
This is the day when God made the stars also. Cedric.
what is day 3?
You are incorrect.
Oh.
Mike.
Day 4.
Fourth day. That is correct.
He totally guessed.
You took one of the days out. Days of creation for 500.
This day was the time when God pronounced his whole creation very good. Mike.
What is the sixth day?
That is correct.
I'm on a roll on this one. Let's stay with days of creation for
Well, there's only one left.
100. Before creation began, this being moved upon the face of the waters. Sid.
What is the Holy Spirit?
That is correct.
Yes.
Next category, please.
The churches of Asia for 500, please.
This church had been deceived by a false prophetess that the Apostle John calls Jezebel. Ed.
What is Thyatira?
That is correct.
New Testament potpourri for 300.
This disciple disowned Jesus 3 times around. Ed, said, quick.
I'm going to go with who is Thomas, please. Oh, no.
Hold on.
Sorry.
It's already been said. Which one were we on?
Who is Thomas? Who is he? 300 for...
Gotcha. Both of those were incorrect.
Activate.
Hold on. Which question are we on?
300. New Testament potpourri for 300.
Was I right?
Yep, I was wrong.
I'm ready.
You were correct originally.
Yes.
Said, you were correct.
Sorry, Ed. Oh, I'm negative. How could that be?
Because you're not good at Jeopardy.
The churches of Asia for 400, please.
This church received a promise that Jewish false converts would be dubbed members of the synagogue of Satan. Mike.
One of my favorite football teams, which is Philadelphia.
That is correct. And they are awful. New category.
Pick one, Mike.
Outside the cover for 400.
This is the work of moving words and sentences from one language to another. The Bible can now be Cedric.
What is translation?
That is correct.
Take Bible potpourri for 500.
That's
No,
potpourri.
yeah, that'll work.
For 500?
Yes.
This island is where Paul was shipwrecked on his way to Rome for his trial. Ed.
What is the Isle of Patmos?
No.
Wrong.
That's
isle.
wrong.
Dang it.
Oh, what is that called?
All right. Don't give him no answer.
Take this time to remind you contestants, Sunday school starts at 9:45. We were looking for Malta.
Malta.
Never would have got that.
I'm in now, too.
Next category, Cedric.
Yes. Let's do Bible authors for 500, please.
This minor prophet was also a farmer and used several agricultural figures of speech. He also said,
Who is Amos?
that is correct.
Let's do the churches of Asia for 300, please.
This church was located in the where Satan's seat is. Oh, daily double! You hit the daily double. Cedric, you have
1,100.
1,100. You can wager.
I want to bet it all.
Wager 1,100. By your track record, that's not a good choice. Churches of Asia for 300.
Please.
This church was located in the where Satan's seat is.
Oh, it's just
Yeah,
me.
it's just for you. So, yeah.
The church of Smyrna.
You lost everything. Literally bet it and lost it all. We were looking for Pergamos. Sid, choose again.
Bible authors for 400, please.
This preacher king wrote the book of Ecclesiastes to recount the price. Said,
Who is Solomon?
that is correct. Lucky for you. You would have owed Jeopardy, literally owed us money.
Let's do Days of Creation for 200, please.
Interestingly enough, God chose to create birds as well as some of their prey. Mike, on this day of creation.
Hey, you can't finish.
What is fifth day?
That is correct. I make the rules on Jeopardy here.
Heroes for 500.
This coward was called a mighty man of valor before he took 300 men into battle with the Midianites. Ed,
Who was Samson?
That is incorrect.
All the
Said.
mighty man.
Who was Gideon?
That's correct.
Gideon. Wow.
Outside the cover for 500, please.
Inside the cover for 500. The Bible was the first major book printed in a printing press. This man was the inventor of the printing press. Ed.
Johann Gutenberg.
That is correct. We'll take that.
That was a good one, Ed.
New Testament potpourri for 400.
400. This is the city where Saul, a.k.a. Paul, was traveling when he was said.
What is Damascus, please?
That is correct.
Bible authors for 100, please.
Authors for 100. This man wrote the first 5 books of the Bible. Ed.
Who is Moses?
That's correct. Next category, please.
Outside the cover, 300.
This is the original language of the New Testament. Said.
Greek.
Correct.
What is Greek? What is Greek,
My
please?
panel says we will take that.
What is Greek? Thank you.
Remember to ask a question next time.
Yes, sir. Bible authors for 300, please.
This worship leader in the tabernacle is the second most prolific author in the Psalms. Mike.
Who is Asaph.
That is correct.
Heroes for 100.
He was the wisest man in the Bible, outside of Jesus. Said.
Who is Solomon?
That is correct. Also an easy one.
New Testament potpourri, 200.
This disciple disowned Jesus. Said.
Who is Judas Iscariot?
What did you say? New Testament?
I didn't wait
That's
long enough.
incorrect. It's incorrect. You are wrong.
Can you read the rest of the question, please, for the rest of the contestants?
The disciple disowned Jesus 3 times around Ed.
that one.
Who is Peter?
That is correct. Looking for Peter.
Darn it.
Churches of Asia, $100.
This church was highly faithful to God, but they somehow left their first love. Mike.
What is Ephesus?
We will take that. Ephesus.
Let's go outside the cover too now.
This is the original language of the Old Testament. Ed.
What is Hebrew?
That is correct. Last one. New Testament. This insect was a common meal for the preacher John the Baptist. Ed.
What is locust?
That is correct. That takes us to our next round. Double Jeopardy. Is this next round Double Jeopardy?
Shocker.
I didn't
We're
know.
going to take a quick commercial break here so that the other 2 can get the handheld mics too, because we're getting interfered.
Brought to you by these commercials.
At CJ's convenience store, they say a variety of quality
Oh,
products
here's yours. I got it.
with a fast and friendly service. Come today. If you'll spend a minimum of $100, they will love you, treat you right.
I turn this off.
And while you're there, pick up a Country Clipper lawnmower so that I can pay Mike the money at the bank. Alex, we're back, and what do you have for us?
We are back with the next round of Jeopardy. Going over the scores now. Mike is in the lead with 2,300. Said clawed his way back out of 0 with 1,500. And Ed with 1,700. Mike, we will start with you as our leader.
Let's go places in the Bible for 200.
The holy city, which God's people are to pray for, and was occupied by many wicked rulers. Mike.
We're not activating.
Somehow mine went off accidentally.
Mike went first. Mike, answer the question.
What is Jerusalem.
That is correct.
No, I'm not.
We'll stick on a roll. Let's go places in the Bible for 600.
The city whose walls were leveled by God because he desired. Mike.
What is Jericho?
That is correct.
Old Testament people for 600.
The man who used a primitive form a firearm to kill an innocent giant only because he was different and outspoken. Ed.
Who was David?
That is correct.
Who was David? Sorry.
Yeah, we'll take it, I said. Next category, please.
Old Testament people for 1,000.
These two sons of the high priest Aaron were ironically and unfairly consumed by fire because they offered unauthorized fire in the tabernacle. Ed.
Who are Hophni and Phinehas?
That is incorrect.
I'm broke.
We were looking for Nadab and Abihu. Next category, Ed. Next category.
Oh, me. Bible brutality for 400.
This queen and wife of Ahab was... Oh, daily double, everybody. Ed, you have $1,300. How much would you be willing to risk on that?
I'm a gambler. All of it, just like Sid.
Okay, all of it. Just like he did, you might lose it all.
Yeah.
This queen and wife of Ahab was hated by God for wearing makeup, so she thrown from a wall and eaten. She was thrown by a wall and eaten by dogs.
I'm broke.
That's not the correct answer.
I don't know. The only one I think that was bad was, what is Jezebel?
Who is Jezebel is correct.
It's correct? Oh. I'd rather be
Yeah, who
lucky
knew,
than
right?
smart anyway.
Next category, please.
I'm not used to winning. Scripture slavery for 600.
A Hebrew slave could show his choice to stay with his master the rest of his life by having a hole bored through his part of his body. Ed.
What is a hole in the ear?
That is correct.
How do you know that? The question wasn't even done yet. What was that all about?
I read it about 40 years ago when you guys were pups. Places in the Bible for 800.
The sovereign nation which the Lord afflicted with 10 plagues due to human rights disagreement about children of Israel said, need an answer.
Who are the Egyptians? Egyptianites.
We will take Egypt.
Egyptos.
We're looking for the nation, but we'll take Egypt. That is correct.
All right, let's do numbers in the Bible for 1,000, please.
David had a lot of mighty men in his army. He had this many mighty men who are described as the most brutal. Ed.
What are 3 men?
That is correct.
Old Testament people, 800.
David's extremely handsome son, who was mercilessly, yes, Ed.
Who is Absalom?
That is correct. Next category.
Genesis unfairness for 1,000.
God sent a plague to this man's household because he believed Abraham's lie that Sarah was only his sister. Ed.
Who is Pharaoh?
That is correct.
We're being waxed right here.
It's looking kind of ugly, Mike.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Bible brutality for 1,000.
These spellcasters were to be stoned in ancient Israel for trying to contact the spirits of the dead. Cedric.
Who are sorcerers? Who are
You've already given your answer.
Sorcerers.
Cannot give two answers. We cannot take it.
You got to pick.
Do they get to choose?
Yep. Alex messed up the iPad.
What was the correct answer?
Just give me a second.
I think I was still probably right.
We are looking for witches. What are witches?
They're sorcerers.
Those are the male version of witches.
All right, Bible brutality for 800, please.
This was a form of execution used against the children who rebelled against their parents. Ed,
They were stoned?
that is correct. What is stoning? We'll take it. Remember, ask questions.
I'm sorry. Genesis unfairness, 800.
These two cities were burned up by falling fire simply because they were known for embracing homosexuality. Mike,
Sodom and Gomorrah.
No, incorrect. He did not say what is.
what are?
What are the cities of Sodom
That
and
is
Gomorrah?
correct.
Alex, we have time for one more question, then we move to Final Jeopardy.
Bible
Brutality.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you can see, I probably need help at my Bible study lesson. So, 600.
This lifestyle preference was condemned by God in Leviticus 19, so his followers would have an excuse to display hatred and a judgmental attitude. Mike,
It doesn't help to see it.
What is homosexuality?
that is correct. And that sound brings us to the final round, Final Jeopardy, where you can risk as much money as you have. We're going to write down the answers whenever I ask it. Go ahead. The category is food. So go ahead and write down how much you want to wager before I ask the question.
Ed, I'm not a rocket scientist, but if Seth even doubles his money, he can't catch you. So
He better not. He just better take the money that he
Not
has.
telling Ed what to do, Alex, but
Does everybody have their wagers written down? Mike? You just do it
just a
now?
good thing Seth owns one of the main sponsors.
Write down your wager, and I will ask the question.
Oh, we're waiting on the question. Fountain sodas are $1.29.
Here's the question. Flocks of this type of bird were given by God to the Israelites in the wilderness after they became...
I forgot my button.
You don't need your buzzer. You just need to write it down. Okay, Alex is back. Hey, don't say it out loud. Write it down, everybody. Okay?
I didn't hear it because it quack.
I was not given the opportunity to finish the question. Flocks of this type of bird were given by God to the Israelites in the wilderness after they became tired of manna, but this made them sick as well. You will be given... Okay, pins down. Ed, you are our leader. We will start with you.
I wagered 6,000.
Okay, and what's your answer? Show it to the crowd.
Quail.
Quail, that is correct. Is untouchable now. It will not be beat. You'll go last, Ed, because you are so far the loser. Mike, how much did you wager, and what is your answer?
$2,000.
$2,000, and if you get it correct, you still won't beat Ed.
And I drew an amazing picture of a quail.
That is a baby chicken. We do not accept that. Mike, you lose $2,000 because your artistry is awful. Sid, what did you wager?
I wagered 15 pennies.
15 cents. Literally gives you nothing if you win. What is your answer?
What is manna-like bird?
That's what they were trying to get rid of. Good thing you didn't lose much. There you have it, folks. Our winner, Ed. And Jeopardy just got canceled forever.